and welcome to ASMR album reviews, Reiki album reviews by me, Deandra Reviews. These album reviews include a love reading for the collective and for the individual, and I'll tell you how I do that. And I'm reviewing the best albums of 2021, and to no surprise, Adele's 30 made the list. You could check out my written reviews on deandrareviewsitall.com. But one of the reasons that I know this album will make the list of many websites, beyond the fact that it's Adele, I think what's most important is that it kind of sings to adult love and adult heartbreak. A lot of the artists that I get sent are about young love and young heartbreak. And, you know, when you're 30 in the industry, you're treated as geriatric. Trying to fight the impulse to be like, geriatric, Dave, geriatric. But this is serious Reiki. And you're treated as old, which is, I think, why the industry can be so youth-obsessed and why there's never an understanding that young is a feeling, you know? Even if they have a lot of young artists, they sound old and they feel old because they're worn. And what makes this album wise and seem old and seem mature, but actually feel really young, is that it's about realizing that young love isn't true love. That what makes love young is the wisdom you gain from it. And sometimes that wisdom is only gained through heartbreak, through losing young love, so that you can learn what true love is, how self-love plays a part of it, and how I think what young love, the mistake we all make when we're young is that we believe love involves pain, that the pain is just a gauntlet, life's challenge for you to be persistent, to stay in something that's not working. And adult love is realizing it doesn't have to be so hard. Your insecurities should not be what is attracting someone. Vulnerability is strength. Openness is wonder. And you feel that throughout these lyrics. Obviously, Adele wrote it about her divorce and kind of having this epiphany that she landed exactly where her mom did, which is single mom. Although she's in love and dating a great man, and kind of, she spoke in her Oprah interview about how loving herself helped her have what is possibly the first relationship where she ever felt loved, where she wasn't just giving and not receiving, where she wasn't coming from a place of emptiness or lack because she feels full in herself as herself. And I thought that was so beautiful, and I thought that was kind of what love is all about. I'm going to pick my stone, which is rose quartz, one of the most powerful stones for love. And I want you to feel it over the top of your head, as if love is raining down on you, and with each droplet, the love goes within you. And I felt like she was talking about how the divorce kind of landed her in this really raw place where she had to reanalyze how she loved herself, how she thought others should love her, how her whole concept of love was rocked, because suddenly it wasn't forever. Suddenly love could be a chapter. Suddenly a happy ending could lead to another beginning that has a darker ending. And I don't know, I thought of generational trauma, generational karma, in terms of I find it really surprising sometimes how I land in the same situations as my parents, even though I try to avoid it. And it's because, yes, we inherit some of their personality traits and some of their behaviors, but I said it in my Hawkeye TV review that I think we're taught a lot to think our way out of our feelings rather than feel our way through them so that eventually we can release them. And what makes 30 such a powerful album is that you feel Adele feeling through her feelings, kind of letting herself mourn and be unhappy and be scared and be insecure and not know what the hell is going to happen to her and kind of rethink what heaven means and not think about it. You could think of the lyrics to what you're feeling, but when it comes to feeling, just feel it. And I love that. And it makes the album, at the very least, there are people who love 21 and 19 and 25 better. But I think it makes this album one of, if not her most powerful one, in terms of empowerment and in terms of maturity and in terms of anyone that is kind of realizing true love is not young love or old love. It is timeless. And it is timeless because you no longer define yourself as less. You see yourself as enough, and thus you get the most out of life. And you get the most out of your partner. And you get a partner that not only makes you feel like the most, but is the most. Like you get good people when you feel good. But you can only feel good once you let yourself feel bad, which is so ironic. And you hear it in the lyrics. And one thing that confounded me about this album and what I thought made it sound different. For some it's definitely more gospel. It's definitely a little bit more melodic and jazzier in terms of sounds. And I think that's why it comes off soft. There's a softness to this album, a tenderness, a gentility of somebody who's learned I don't have to break my heart in order to analyze what is heartbreak. I feel like sometimes the reason we try to think our way out of our pain is because not simply we feel we deserve it, but it's like we think we have to analyze it. Pain is irrational. And the more you try to rationalize pain, the more irrational it becomes. And you kind of like, you get frantic in trying to escape it because it's not something to escape. You don't escape a fire. You go through the fire. You go through the burning building. You don't just pop out of it. I wish you did, right? And I loved that concept. I thought it was so beautiful. That softness is what makes you rough, what makes you tough, what makes you face life enough so that you could look at yourself and one day have someone look back at you that loves you. The whole album is very easy, very paced. I think compared to her other albums, it kind of flows together. It feels like a giant story. And in a way, that's, in her interviews, that's what she was talking about, how she felt like this album was kind of the tale of somebody, of a woman that, yeah, the story of a woman who got divorced and married herself and is hopeful that one day she will actually get married, but first she's going to date her. And amen to that. Yes, 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 yes. I love that idea. I dropped my brush because I'm going to brush your aura and put some flower gate into your energy field. Flower gate is a very soft, soothing crystal. it makes you feel really powerful in its softness. And I think that's what Adele does as an energy and as in this album. You know, she can belt and she could go through her vocal range, but I think what changes in this album is that she doesn't mind not using the power of her voice, but using the empowerment of her spirit to guide her in how she should sing the songs. I think as a singer myself, it's really rough sometimes not to want to show your range because you think your range is your power, but it's your ability to emote that is your power. It's your ability to make a song a feeling that makes it music, not your talent. Your talent is natural. It's great. Thank you, Whitney Houston. But Whitney Houston made us feel. Adele makes us feel. Jasmine Sullivan, who will be one of my 2021 album review bests with Hotels. She's another one that makes you feel. Ariana Grande. They make you feel. They make you imagine. They make you imagine that you are them because you find yourself in them, in their pain, and you wish to find yourself in their power. And Adele is powerful. And I think what makes her music so attractive is that you feel her power, and yet she's singing to feeling so weak, so frail. And this album, I mean, it's perfect for my ASMR. You could hear it in the backdrop a little bit. Kind of giving you good vibes, and it doesn't bombard you. Because I think that's what, when I listen to her interviews, what she was trying to get away from. Not only the bombardment of fame and a failed marriage, but the bombardment of always reacting to bad situations badly, always feeling bad for herself, always having the same behavioral patterns. That's what, again, my Hawkeye TV review was about. The law of attraction and manifestation, and how our pain, because we define ourselves as pain, we attract it. And I think what makes this album different than the other ones is that the other ones are all about heartbreaks and how you define yourself as heartbreak, and she was defining herself as her heartbreak. And in this, what makes it a woman's tale, what makes it a mature tale, what makes it eternal, is that it's about someone who's decided to define herself as love and realizes that she needs to find it first within herself. And she has no clue. None whatsoever. Isn't that crazy? Ugh. Love, love, love. I love 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 love. Say it with me. I love love. 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 I am 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 love. I attract 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 love. I become 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 love. So let's get to the reading portion because the music is feeling a little zest. Let me turn on my lamp so you can see a little better. Okay, so this is a collective reading. It is December 12th when I do this. I'll probably upload in a few days. So let's do, for the month of December, going into January, going into the new year. What does the collective, what can we expect? Ooh. Okay. Oh, some good cards. Some kind of up and down cards. It's kind of saying that this new year that's coming, at least the first few months, there's going to feel like it got the golden children, which is inner child tenderness. and the void upside down. But it depends when I feel it to read it upside down. Um, the void means embrace winter, great cosmic womb. And I feel I should use it upright. And what these two have in connection is that you need to embrace your inner child to get out of your void. And I feel like that's what Adele did with 30. Your inner child is your self love. Your inner child is curious. Your inner child feels joy and fun and like enough and knows how to dream of more while feeling like she has enough. That is your inner child, and you need to use your inner child to fill your inner void. Inner child, inner child, inner child, inner child. Celebrate your inner child, love your inner child, protect your inner child, embrace your inner child, be your inner child. The next two cards are Jump In, Andromedan energy, say yes, adventure, and empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. It's kind of weird because I feel like what these cards are saying is if you feel like you've been holding back, it's time for you to jump in. But part of what has been holding you back is that you are a sponge, whether you realize it or not. You are taking in other people's energy. You are telling yourself no because either the people around you are saying no to themselves or have told you no. And you've kind of believed that that is you. I am no. They told me I'm no. Everybody's saying no. Why should I be the only one saying yes? That's impossible. And as I wrap all these cards together and kind of see the thread within them, saying yes to yourself and jumping in, your inner child is a yes being. And that's why your inner child feels so full. And what's so scary about jumping in and saying yes to yourself is that you will realize you are the only person that has embraced your inner child. And that's what makes it so rough and so scary. I'm the only person willing to say yes in a world of no. And there's a loneliness to that you're going to feel in the very beginning of your journey, in the very beginning of 2022. Kind of like, okay, I'm starting to, get active. Where is the benefit? Where is the reward? Where are the friends? Where is the career? Where's the luck? Because when you manifest things, it's kind of like going up. Saying yes to yourself, it's not like you say yes and the universe says yes and then everything happens for you. It's a process. I mean, think of it like if you have a whole lifetime of no, one day of yes isn't going to change things. You have to make yes your process, your journey, your standard, and that involves repetition. That involves catching your bad behaviors. Something that Adele did in 30. She kind of caught her self-loathing, how it attracted people, and then had to work her way into self-love. And it was hard, and she cried, and sometimes she couldn't do it, or she felt she couldn't do it until she did, and she made this album, and now she's in love, and she's loving her baby, she's loving herself, and it's a great life. Okay, so I'm gonna put these cards in the side, and I'm going to pick 4 cards. And in these 4 cards, on top of each card, I'm going to put a stone. I'm going to put the Spirit Stone, which is so good for kind of connecting with the other world, with your ancestors, with your spirit guides, if you believe in them, or just kind of tapping into the ethos and the ether and kind of allowing the universe to tell you what it wants to say. Okay, so this is goldstone, but it's like red goldstone. This is really good for attracting abundance and kind of protecting the abundance you have to gain that abundance, something that Adele definitely did. Rhodonite is so good for kind of gaining confidence to gain friends. It's also, ironically, a weight loss stone, which Adele lost a lot of weight in her self love journey and kind of became really healthy. And for anybody who's on a health kick, this is a great stone for healthy weight loss and kind of allowing yourself to be attracted to yourself and thus become attractive to others. It's like this inadvertent confidence stone. And I'm going to use Peridot, which is this ancient Egyptian stone that also means abundance and wealth, and it's for attracting that good stuff. Which one you want? The Spirit, the red gold stone, the rhodonscrite, or the Peridot? Which one calls out to you more? Peridot, the Spirit stone, the red gold stone, or the rhodonscribe. Take a moment, breathe in. We'll start with the Spirit one. If you pick this card, you got force, don't follow. Pave a new path and be the leader you wish you had. It's funny that I picked this stone, the Spirit stone, because it's all about tapping, like, again, into the universe and kind of allowing the universe to tell you to guide you in becoming the universe and becoming the person you want to be. So it's perfect stone for a card that's really saying to you, it's time for you to be your own leader. Stop being scared. Stop being frightened. Stop saying you can't. Stop saying I don't have a guide, because you're supposed to be your guide. And if you really wanted to be the leader that you want to see in others, you would stop, and I say this kindly, stop being a coward. Stop being a coward. Stop being afraid, because your fear is making you lazy. Your fear is laziness. And you're not going to become the person you want to be without giving more than what you can take. You know, there's no one there guiding you. There's nothing you can take in. So you got to give more until you receive from yourself, like Adele did in 30. Ooh, that was a good lead in. Red gold stone, you got cracked open rock bottom, surrendered to the alchemy of life. And you got it upside down, and I actually think you should keep that. I'm getting the feeling that for the person who picked this card, you know, it's not that, I'm getting the feeling that you're rising up, that you're coming from a rock bottom, and it's time for you to resist what life has given you. It's time for you to kind of push back on all those bad feelings, that lack, that imposed feeling of you are not enough. And this is a perfect stone for protection. Like I said, it's a stone that attracts abundance and protects it. It's like what I said, the law of attraction is believing that you are abundant so that you could attract it, believing that you are enough so that you could get more from yourself and thus give more to the world and receive more from the world. It's kind of like this, seeing yourself as someone to build, not someone to tear down. So with the whole cracked open kind of rock bottom, I actually think it's time. Isolation would be good for you. It doesn't mean, lock yourself in the room, never come back, but kind of becoming the hermit a little bit wouldn't be such a bad thing for you. All right, Rudenscrite, baby steps. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. That's so interesting because it's a card that says action. It's time to take action. And Rudenscrite could be very good about attracting people that will help you commit the actions you want to commit. So it seems like what you're going to be doing is meeting new people, finding new people. And if you want to attract prosperity and attract the people that could give you that prosperity, you're going to have to really trust yourself and know who you are, because who you are is what deciphers who can make you who you want to be, who can be around you on your journey of leveling up, of glowing up. Because I'm getting the sense that you're going to be scared to trust people, because if you trust yourself, you'll know who to trust. And last but not least is Peridot. Ooh, and you got such a beautiful card, Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Peridot is such a rich gemstone. It was, I believe it was used in bartering in Egypt. It was like a type of ancient currency. And it signifies royalty and power and luxury. And I love that this card is kind of saying, you are luxurious if you are the universe. Feel luxurious, emanate luxury, and you will get that. You will get Peridot. You will get gold. You will become gold. Trust in you. I'm getting the sense that, if, the red goldstone people were kind of, going from rock bottom up, you are in a different place. You're already up and you're just trying to go higher. And the universe is acknowledging that I see you, I feel you, I am you, and let's embrace even more. Let's see how unlimited you can be, how Peridot you can be. I love that message. I love to end on a high note. And it seems like Adele is peridotting. She is for sure receiving the universe and embracing the universe, and kind of embracing that even that road can be up and down. Again, the spirit stone, you got don't follow, lead. Red goldstone, you got upside down, cracked open, rock bottom. You've already hit rock bottom. You're climbing up to your prosperity. Rhodonoscrite, you got baby steps, follow your intuition and take action. This is about attracting people that will help you get that action, to take that action. And Peridot, you got Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. This is about gold. This is about believing you are gold. You already believe it. Now shine even more. So that was, my album review for 30, my Reiki, my collective reading. I really, really hope you enjoyed it, because I did. And check out theandrewreviewsitall.com. Yeah! Woo, woo, woo! Bye.